Hi Gappers, my name is Soraya from Gap Year Agency. Welcome to Gappers Around the World. Imagine someone traveling around the United States of America since September in a green 1977 Volkswagen van, planting 50 trees in every state and running a mile for every tree planted. A total of 2,500 miles and 2,500 trees. Unbelievable, right? Well, but it's totally true, and today I have the special honor to have Austen Hughes as my special guest. He's the founder of Green Footprints. Hello, Austen, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot. So this is a great adventure with an amazing mission, and you should be really proud of yourself doing that.
Yeah, thanks. It's been quite a journey so far, and got a long way to go still. So lots of learning to do still.
Why did you decide to create Green Footprints project? Do you want to share with us a little bit about the mission behind?
Sure. So I majored in environmental science and math at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. And while I was there, I did a lot of research, like scientific research, publications, ecology research, and things like that. At the same time, I was doing a program called Green Games, which was a competition that incentivized college students to have more sustainable behaviors. So maybe using some kind of reusable water bottle or Tupperware instead of using a one-use plastic or paper utensil, or buying their food locally, or things like that. And at the end of my 4 years in school, I kind of felt like I was having more of an impact addressing directly to students and people that normally wouldn't be interested in environmental things, to get them to have more sustainable habits than any of the rigorous scientific research I was doing. So not to say that I won't do more research later, but for now, I really wanted to find a way to live my life to kind of continue doing that kind of outreach and education. So I was able to find a job that allowed me to travel. I work remotely, and I use that as a reason and kind of excuse to travel. And so I just melded all the things that
A good excuse.
Yeah, exactly. So I just kind of melded all the things I was really passionate about. I'm a really big runner. I run, upwards of 80 miles a week when I'm healthy, and I've always been passionate about the environment, and I really want to see everything. I really want to travel, and circumstances were good for all three of those things. So I just kind of melded them into one project and sent a proposal around for a few months, and got lots and lots of rejections, as anytime anything does when you try to start it. And then Rob Greenfield, he's an environmental activist who has his own nonprofit, Happy, Healthy, and Free. You should check him out. He's done a lot of really amazing, cool things, and I sent him a letter, and he thought it was a great idea. So we are working through his nonprofit. He's nice enough to be helping me fund this, to buy all the trees that we're planting, which we're getting from all kinds of different places, local nurseries, the Arbor Day Foundation, and we're planting them all around the country. So
We've done a lot. Sorry for interrupting you. Rob, that is doing a lot as well for the environment. We have a huge project, right? So it's a good connection. You and Rob, it's a perfect connection.
Exactly.
But tell me one thing. I know that you were always connected to the nature and the environment. But I wrote something about a survey. You did a survey, and you realized the impact that you were doing to the planet. And this moment, it was when you decided actually to start this project, or it was all the ideas that came to your mind together with this moment?
Yeah, when I was pretty young. I was in high school. I was in an environmental science class, and one of the small little homework assignments that we were tasked with was taking this online survey. So you went through and you filled out all kinds of different aspects of your daily lives, and it told you how many Earths we would need if everyone on the planet lived the same way that you did. And I don't remember the exact number, but it was a lot. It was like 4 or 5.
I wrote 5.
So right. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, everyone lived like me. We would need 5 horses. So, and even then, I was interested in the environment and thought of myself as someone who, had a small footprint, ecological footprint, and wasn't, producing a ton of waste. I just recycle everything, and even that, it was like, wow, okay, we're gonna have to do something drastic.
I need to do something. You just talked. I need to do something about it. This is incredible. Even myself, that I'm connected to the nature, and I am doing such an impact. So it's a great idea that you had, and it's really inspiring what you are doing for other people, I believe. But say it again.
So yeah, that's basically the idea behind it, is that most people don't realize this. Like, I didn't realize it, and I was really plugged in even then. So the whole idea is to get people more aware of the impact that they're having, because a lot of people, it's just kind of a societal given, a lot of the ways that people live. So we want to make them aware that there's other options and there's other more sustainable ways to do things.
And how do you organize your days? Because you have a lot to do. You have 2,500 trees. You have this big inspiration to share to other people. So how do you organize your day, your routine, basically?
Yeah,
to
well,
achieve this goal?
I typically try not to drive a whole lot in every day. So pretty much what I'll do is I'll get up in the morning, I'll do a run. In morning and afternoon, I'll find somewhere with Wi-Fi or somewhere with a cell signal, and I'll log on and do some of the work for my remote job. And then once mid-afternoon, I'll usually find some, if I'm planting trees that day, if I'm in a state that I haven't planted yet, then I'll locate some kind of protected area, like a park or a natural preserve or something like that, if there's not some kind of organization that I've contacted with that I'm planting with. And I'll plant those trees, then I'll do a little more work. I'll drive mostly in the evenings when it's darker. Occasionally I'll do another run in the evening. And then you find a safe place to park for the night, and bed down and go through your nightly routine. One of the really great things that I've found, I belong to a gym, Anytime Fitness, and there's 2,500 of them around the country. So that's been really helpful because they're in pretty much every city in the country, and I always have a place to go to take a shower if I need to, or go and relax in the evenings, get a workout in or whatever.
And you are always connecting with other people, even in these specific moments. You are probably always sharing your experience, your adventure to other people. So that's amazing.
Right. The van seems to be a big draw. People love the van. They want to know about the van. They want to know what year it is. They want to know.
Your turtle, right?
Yes. So when I got it, I bought this van in Colorado about a year ago. And that was the stipulation. They said, okay, here you go. I got it for a pretty good deal. And they're like, just want to let you know, the previous owner needed to tell me to tell the next owner that its name is Turtle, and you can't change it. That's its name. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, I mean, everybody sees it, and it's like kind of a retro nostalgic thing. So everybody wants to know about the van. So it's almost like I pull up and everyone wants to talk to me about the van, which is like an automatic conversation starter for the project, because I've got a wheel cover in the front painted with the project logo on it. So.
And it's so special that even when you felt not so well, healthy, The van was unhealthy as well, right? At the same time, can you tell?
Yeah,
Can you
right.
tell us a little bit? Can you share with us a little bit about this frustration
Yeah,
in the
so probably
beginning?
3, 4 weeks into the project, I was up in the Northeast. And in a span of just a couple days, the van, it died, it wouldn't start. And I woke up in the morning and I had a really bad pain in my hip, which ended up being a muscle tear. So I was stuck for like 3 or 4 days in the rain, cold. I was pretty disheartened. Like it was going like so well before that. I should have expected, but any kind of journey like this is never going to be, like flowers and roses and always awesome. And that was a pretty low point. I was, I didn't know what to do. I couldn't get the van anywhere. I couldn't run, so I wasn't even able to work on the project. I couldn't get anywhere to plant my trees. So, I was troubleshooting, and eventually I found a small, like, temporary solution to get the van a couple 100 miles somewhere where I could get parts for it and fix it. And the issue was bigger than I thought, both for my legs and both for the van. So it actually took, like 4 or 5 weeks before I was able to get things rolling again and get all the parts that I needed and get healthy and start training again. And so that was a pretty big frustration. I kind of was like laid up right when I started, but we're moving along again. So
So now
I'm sure that
everything.
it's not the only setback we'll have.
Oh yeah, it's true. But now everything is fine. You are healthy. The van is healthy.
For now, I'm trying to keep it that way.
Yeah, it will be fine. But if you think about one of your great moments, I know that it's a very short period that you have since this project. But if you could choose one of the great moments, what you could tell us?
There's been a couple. It's hard to pick one. About a week and a half ago, I actually met and presented with an environmental science class at a high school in Tennessee. And I basically, the teacher saw something about my project online and wanted me to come speak. And so I came and I spoke to them, and we went out and we planted trees. And now there are 50 dogwoods and red oaks around their high school campus in Tennessee that were all planted by myself and the students. So that was really cool to get plugged in with like younger kids, almost in the same setting that I, had my epiphany that started off this whole lifelong journey. So that was pretty cool.
I think they will not forget that. They will remember everything for their lives.
That's at least remember the van, of course. That guy in the green van with all the trees.
Everything green. No, it's really special. I think it's what will stay probably with you as well, because you are really inspiring a lot of people. If you will change, probably you are changing already, and you are changing the mindset of other people, and it's amazing. But this project is happening because you decided to do it. You didn't stay just with the idea.
Right.
What kind of advice you would like to tell to other people that sometimes it's a little bit afraid to pursue their dreams? Do you think that it's necessary? Any kind of secrets? Any magic touch?
Yeah, a couple things. One, obviously, the classic, just don't give up, persevere, whatever. I had this idea. I didn't even really know if I wanted to commit to it, but once I decided to, and I drafted a project proposal, I probably sent out 50 project proposals to different organizations and companies and things like that, and 49 of them were rejected. So you don't. You got to keep trying, and just because it seems like it's not going to happen doesn't mean that it won't. You only got to, you can fail 1,000 times, but if you succeed one time, that's all you need. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then the last thing is, you can't obsess over having every detail worked out beforehand, or you'll never start. People are asking me things like, oh, how are you going to get to Hawaii? And like, how are you going to get to Alaska? And like, what if you get hurt? What if the van breaks down? Things like that. And like, some of those things have happened, and you just kind of got to commit to it and just realize that some things you can't figure out immediately or before you start, and you're just, figure them out on the way. So,
Exactly.
so don't let worrying about little details stop you from starting.
That's a good advice, because nothing is perfect, and everything changes even when you plan a lot. But I found curious on your writing when you say something like, when grown up, I want to be not grown up. Do you think that this is related in some way with the fact that some adults are losing the motivation to pursue their dreams and the connection to what makes them feel happy? Do you think that there is any connection to that?
Definitely. And I mean, it all comes down to kind of settling. Like, doing something like this is really hard. At the same time, would you rather have something be hard and have it be like absolutely the thing that you're the most passionate about? Or would you rather settle for something that you're really not excited about just because it requires less effort? I have friends that I'm getting to the age where I'm seeing people like settle down and stop traveling and start, getting married and having jobs that maybe they aren't like the absolute happiest about, but hey, it's a way to make money. And I think I'll end up like staying in the town that I grew up in anyway because it's easier. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. But just the way that I see it, you have one life. You got like a really limited amount of time. You don't know if you've got 10 years or one more day or whatever. So even if it's really hard and really frustrating, I'm always going to just like go 1,000% at you, even if it seems unrealistic, I guess. So that'd be my advice. Even if it seems unrealistic, even if it seems hard or undoable, whatever, go for it anyway. Even if you fail, you know that you tried.
I was saying about the project. There are a lot of ways to help Green Footprints project. Can you tell us what is the best way to do it? Follow you, we can follow the project, but we can help.
Yeah, of course, you can go on our website and you can donate. So all of the money for the trees we are raising through a fundraiser that's sponsored by, like I mentioned before, Rob Greenfield's Happy, Healthy, and Free nonprofit. But we can't do it if we don't have money to buy the trees. So we are currently in the midst of fundraising for the trees, and we've got a little bit, but not near what our goal is. And we're kind of just raising it throughout the project. So if you want to go on our website and donate, that would help tremendously. Also on our website, you can find all kinds of resources for small little changes that you can make in your everyday lives to make your own ecological footprint smaller. Lots of different categories on there for like trash and water consumption and carbon footprint and things like that. So every aspect of your everyday life that you can, just make it a little small change.
So you give a lot of advice through the website, right? To help.
Yeah.
That's very good. So even if people are not donating any value, they always can do something to change their behavior on the environmental side. So they can see some advice about the water, about the trash, about so many things about the impact that we have on the planet, right? So it's a very helpful thing.
Yeah, and if you want to donate $1 donation plants one tree,
One tree.
Exactly. So you donate $10 and that's 10 trees that effectively you've planted somewhere in the United States.
Instead of a chocolate, it's better to not have that sugar on that day and maybe just the good thing and just plant a tree for a day. Maybe it's too early to talk about that, but how do you see yourself in the project when you complete your mission with green footprints?
That's so far away. A lot of growing up, especially like through school and everything, I was so hyper focused on planning for the future. It really detracted from just a lot of aspects of my life. So I'm kind of living in the moment. Obviously, you gotta plan for the future a little bit, but not worrying about what the next step is. I don't know what the next step is. Honestly, I have so much more to do and so many more people I'm going to meet. I think that the next step, I trust that the next step will present itself after this. So, so I'm just going to go with it.
Maybe you will have some surprises and you don't want to be prepared for that. You want to be surprised and with good things. But it's a nice idea to not plan too much things because like we were talking in the beginning, sometimes the things just change, and the good thing is feel okay with yourself in the present, right?
The flow.
Exactly. And you are doing a lot of jobs in the schools, right? You are trying to promote sustainable living as well in the schools if possible.
Right,
is that
yeah.
right? Passing the message and everything. So you're still doing this during all the journey. If the schools are interested to contact you to receive you to do some presentation about your project, is that possible?
Absolutely. Anyone who's interested, please send me an email. I'd love to come and present, plant trees with students. Like the younger I'm speaking to, the bigger opportunity you have to insert some small behavioral change that'll snowball or whatever. Because for me, like it was like that one small little thing, and that snowballed into effectively eliminate my carbon footprint. So although I am using a lot of gas driving around the country, but based on the number of trees that are being planted, that hugely offsets anything that I am producing. So it's bad that I'm producing it. I would love to be able to do this on a bicycle, you know what I mean? But it's just that's not realistic. And just in order to realistically do the project, I'm using the tools that I have. I can't go out and buy a $100,000 electric car or anything. So I.
You are driving slow because it's a turtle, so you are not going too fast, right?
No, that's not an option.
No, and just tell us, what is your next city or next village? Where are you going? Just for the people that are listening us.
This afternoon, I am headed towards somewhere in the middle of Missouri. I'm actually meeting up with a friend who's we're going to work on the promotional video for this project. We're going to plant the trees for Missouri. So Versailles, Missouri is my next stop.
Just for people that are watching us, it's just pay attention. That's the next city, right? Or village?
That's
city.
That's it. I'll be there. It's a small city, yeah. So I'll be there.
Austen, this is
late November.
November. This is a small presentation about your project and about yourself, because I want that people go and following you and just see the website and try to help you, because it's helping everyone. It's helping our planet and doing a little bit of less impact in our planet. So thank you so much for being with us in this short period. I think that you will inspiring a lot of people during your adventure and helping a lot of people to pursuing their dreams and their passions, and especially to try to be a better friend of our planet, I think. So thank you
All
so
right.
much, not just for the project, but for that big mission. I think we'll still going. Even when you finish the project, I think you will leave a big impact on other people, and that's amazing. I think it's really important.
That's the hope. Thank you.
For those who want to follow Green Footprints, the website, do you want to tell us the website?
Sure, yeah, it's pretty easy. It's just greenfootprintsproject.org. And there you can find all the links that I mentioned. You can donate. You can read the blog. It's updated every week or two. And you can also follow along on Instagram at the Traveling Turtle. The period in there between traveling and turtle. Yeah, so you can always follow along on social media like most projects these days.
And I am going to share anyway, don't worry, the website and all the links to access to all the information. Thank you so much for being with us once again. Right. For you watching this video now, I hope that you have enjoyed it. To watch this and other videos, don't forget to subscribe Gap Year Agency, and you will see other gappers around the world. Thank you, and I see you next week with another special friend inspiring the world. Bye-bye.